calling in sick and doing so in advance. Now, basically, if you have a job for more than a week or so, you've probably had to call in sick at least once or twice, and most jobs are going to require you to call in sick early, as in not directly before your shift starts. Some places even require you to call in early days in advance. Why is beyond me. I don't know. Now, with my work, yeah, I've called in sick. I've had to, of course. Like I've said, everyone probably has to at some point, whether you called in sick because you were actually sick, or because you wanted to party, or because you just simply had a headache, or just did not feel like going to work, is a whole nother matter, and I'm not going to discuss that, really. Now, calling in sick is okay, and there's a limit usually with how often you can call in sick. Some it's 7 times a year, but whatever. There's nothing wrong with calling in sick, especially if you are sick. If you are sick and don't want to go to work, definitely make sure you call in. But calling in is okay, and your place shouldn't have any issue with it so long as you stay within their limits of how much you can call in sick per year or per month or even per week if you're a place like that. And then they should have no issue with it. When you call in, they should not give you shit. They shouldn't harass you or hassle you or be like, but other people could come in, the weather's not that bad. Well, fucker, I live like an hour away. The people you're talking about live within 5 fucking minutes of a walk. So, yes, this happened, and it pissed me off. No. My cat looks like she wants to walk on the laptop again. Now, yes, so don't give them shit for calling in. I don't care what their reasoning for calling in. I don't care what you think their reason for calling in is. It's okay. If they're willing to call in because of whatever reason they have, it is a fine reason. Unless they've used up their limited amount of whatever. So don't give them shit for it. Don't piss and moan about it. Just get on with your day, be a decent boss. Or secretary, depending. Now, with having to call in early, I would say probably an hour early is a reasonable time for you to request of your employees. Anything more than an hour early, I think, is ridiculous. My job requires a 3-hour early call-in. I think this is stupid because, 1, you cannot for sure know the weather in 3 hours, and you cannot for sure know how you are going to feel in 3 hours. So, why? An hour? Okay, fine. And for the places that make you call in days beforehand, like, how the fuck are you supposed to be able to read your own body's mind and know, oh, I'm gonna be sick in 4 days? Like, how are you supposed to know that? And weather forecasts aren't exactly 100% accurate. Sometimes it could say it's gonna be sunny all day, and then it will come and it will be freezing rain. It doesn't work. So an hour early, good. But making them need to call in a lot earlier than an hour is ridiculous and stupid, and it constantly pisses me off, and it's extremely annoying. Now, another reason why you shouldn't hassle them when they call in is some people have anxiety issues with that, and will have a straight-up anxiety panic attack when they call in sick and shit, because some people just can't handle it. In which case, you hassling them isn't going to make it any better. And it's not like it's going to make them come in. If anything, it'll probably just piss them off, or make them worse. One of the two. Like, with me, if you start hassling me for calling in, yeah, I will get pissed off. I will get pissed. And then, also, there are requested days off, or the redo book, as many places will have it marked and labeled. Requested days off, usually you have to request them at least 2 weeks in advance. This is reasonable, for the most part. If you can't request 2 weeks in advance, just call in sick. Especially if it's something important that you can't miss. Just call in sick if you can't request it in 2 weeks early. Now, for the bosses and the employers and whatnot, check your fucking redo book at least once a damn week. This is a problem with my work. They don't even check it monthly, and it pisses me off. It is... no... It has gotten to the point where you might as well just call in sick every single time instead of putting in a redo. Because they don't bother fucking checking it. Even when you tell them to check it, they don't check it. So. And generally, with requested days off, they will mark down whether or not it's been accepted or denied. But once the schedule's up, you pretty much can't do anything about it. Just call in sick, or if you're that pissed off and don't care about your job, just don't show up, I guess. But, I mean, if you don't show up, you are risking losing your job or getting written out, depending. So, it's better to call in sick, but if you're that pissed off, then I guess you're that pissed off. So, yeah. Check the redo binder. But so long as you have filled out the requested days off paper, you've done your job. It's not your job to remind them either. It's their job to remember to do it. So you should not have to remind them to check the redo book or any of that crap. That's entirely their job, and it's not your responsibility to make sure they do their job. So, am I bitching and moaning about workplace crap?